Good evening. 皆さんこんばんは。今日は3月1日のご記念です。Today is the March 1st monthly appreciation prayer service. And as all of you know, this every month on the first of the month, we have this it's a prayer service and appreciation for the blessings, favors, grace, interventions, and protections that we've received from Kami-sama and our ancestors from last month in this, and just to be allowed to the life to live up till today. And we also pray for this month as well. この3月1日御礼ご記念会っていうのは、御礼ご記念っていうのは、やっぱり、先月、私たちがいただいた天地の恵みとか、おかげとか、神様からおかげとか、御霊様の働きとか、神様、御霊様のお守りとか、その働きに関しての、お礼の、ご記念ですね。でそして、今月の、ことも共に、ご記念させたことになります。And we pray for it this month as well. As all of you, I've always shared with all of you, the first of the month is something that's very special to me. It's something that I insist on having, only because this is something that I practiced, not just in Japan, but also when I lived in Hawaii. And there aren't very many churches here on the continent that practice this, but in Hawaii, I think most of the churches there do practice, and many of the believers do go to church on the first. やっぱり私がこのお1日御礼ご記念っていうのはね、私にとってはもう大事な行事というか日ですね。 私も小さい時、そういう影響も受けたし、日本に住ませられた時も、お1日を大切にするっていう感覚、いろんな信者さんと先生たちに触れながら、もうそういう感覚が、私の身になってますね。ここの北米っていうのはもうお1日、を大切にする教会は、少ないんですね。しかし、ハワイの方では、もうお1日の日を大切にする、教会とか先生たちとか、信者さん結構多いは多いんです。ぜひここで、そういう、ぜひ、あとにかくサンディエゴ、メキシコの、方で、みんながそういう1日に対してのお礼お礼の心を持って欲しいなと思います。So, it's one of my dreams and desires to really have all of you appreciate the first of this month, to be able to pray for, and just to be an appreciation for all and reflection of everything, and to have this be a very important day for all of you as well. Um, so, without any further ado, let's begin today's prayer service. これから、おついたち御礼ご記念に入らせていただきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。一度入れ、for sincere claps。はい。一度、はい、sincere claps。天津のりと、高間の原にかむずまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちてすめみおや、かむいざなぎのみことつくしの、旧願の立花のおどのあわぎ原に、急ぎ払いたまうときに、あれませる払いどのお神たちもろもろの我がごと罪けがれを払いたまい、清めたまえと申すことのよしをあまつ。神国つ神やおよろずの神たちともに、アメンの口、コマの耳振り立ててきこしめせと、かしこみも申す。Mediation Prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin, sincerely and wholeheartedly, each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew, with all our hearts and souls, on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin sama. 池上金光大臣様、池上金光大臣様。Silent Prayer。新中記念。 Prayer for grace. 神様, give me grace for this day, not for a lifetime, nor next year, next month, next week, or tomorrow. Yes, give me grace just for this day. Direct my work and bless it. Advise me in the things I say and give them blessings too. Direct and bless everything that I think, do, and speak, so that for this one day I have the gift of grace that comes from your presence. Kami-sama, just this one day, let me live generously and kindly in a state of grace and goodness that makes me a little bit like you. Prayer of the Chulista Kosha. ひがみ金光大臣様天地金の神様。ひがみ金光大臣様天地金の神様。Thank you for the blessings we all receive every day. Blessings such as the life we are loath to live. Blessings such as the food, air, and water we partake of that sustains our life. Blessings such as the love, support, and care of our ohana and friends. We put our hands together and offer prayers for this city of Chula Vista, its adjacent cities, the neighborhood that the Kosha is in, and the country of Mexico. We ask that you continue to protect and develop these areas. We pray for the salvation, joy, and peace of all individuals and spirits that are in these areas. We pray for each individual who lives in these areas that we will be able to receive salvation, live in abundance, and deepen our relationship with you. We pray that people will be attracted to the light of the Kosha and will join us to learn more about your teachings of Kyosu-sama and to deepen our relationship with you. We pray for true peace to reign within our hearts, throughout our community, and the world. Kami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kano Kami-sama. Kami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kano Kami-sama. Thank you. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. 仰ぎ祭れば天高く。仰ぎ祭れば天高く。拝み祭れば地は厚し。神の恵みにぎかさるるみの幸いぞありがたき。我が生き神の御取り次ぎとひもかふる時のなくてん。地の神の御守りとき近きの隔てなしかん。慈しみはよろずよにあまねく満ちて果てしなくかん。はからひはくすしくて人の思いぞを呼ばざる我ら。今月今日やり祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん。神の比例よ仰ぎ祭らん。一度入れ for sincere claps. 一度入れ for sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 11 for prayer to the departed souls. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally, your lives retold from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. 新中記念 silent prayer. Appreciation prayer to the founder of the Tamamizu Church. 湯川うまし満ちてるみ柱うしはいし。あれあおぐもしたわしきゆかわのうしはいや。あれあおぐもしたわしきゆかわのうしはいや。あれしのぶも懐かしきうまし満ちてるみ柱うしはいや。若の浦和の清き深きみ心持ちて、神をいやまい道を尊び、何はへの広き遠きに思い持ちて、世は我み人を救いて、道のみ光を天かがし、教えの恵みを国かがし、人の世のもとつ道を極め尽くし、神と人と一つなることわりを、まさやかに教えまつぶさに示したまいし、大き高きみいさを尊み祭り、いやび祭らくを、めぐしときこし橋とみそなわして、道の行く手をはまず日の上やとに守り、教えの子らが行く末を、得る月のいや広に恵みたまえと、かしこみも申す。Please open your prayer books to page 36for 祖先参事。東四の親は我が家の神我が神と心尽くしていつき祭らんな心尽くしていつき祭らんな尊の神たちよ海の子のために家の柱を沈め立てたまい初子のために世のなりわいよ守り助けたまいかくりよのみえぬ境にましませども右尽くしみのみ心は映しよに変わらせたまわず先見たまんまさきくさきはえたまぎくしみたまのくしびん恵みたまいて志は巻の柱動きなくなりは岩結ぶつなめのゆるりなく真心清らんに励みずとめしめたまいうからやからやわらぎがいて金に剣にうらやすく楽しましめたまいついに移しよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまぎ右尽くしみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるをかしこみかたじけなみ親の恵みのおぼろげ ならぬを、嬉しみ、喜び申すことを見、心も涼やかに、気を示したまえと申す。花くしびのみ親の御霊、花くしびのみ親の御霊、花ととのみ親の神、花ととのみ親の神。Please open your prayer books to page 19 for newly departed soul prayer. Spirit of the newly departed, we love you now and forever. Fond memories of you fill our hearts. We shall miss your physical presence. Yet you will remain in our hearts forever. We pray for your eternal happiness. We sincerely pray with heart and soul. As a beloved child of Kami, you were given the gift of life and sought to live it fully each and every day. As you leave your physical form, please listen to our prayers. Whether in your physical or spiritual form, the universe is your eternal home. May you always be blessed with a peaceful heart. Know that you're always embraced by Kami's love. 一度入り礼 for sincere claps. For sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 6 for recitation of the Tenchi Kakitsuke. 木神金光大臣天地金の神一心に願え。木神金光大臣天地金の神一心に願え。影は我が心にあり。影は我が心にあり。今月今日で頼めい。今月今日で頼めい。Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day. Pray. Oración de Tenchi Kakitsuke. A través de Kami Konko Daijin, Orea Tenchi Kane no Kami, con todo el corazón. A través de Kami Konko Daijin, Orea Tenchi Kane no Kami, con todo el corazón. La gracia divina depende del corazón de cada uno. La gracia divina depende del corazón de cada uno. Ore ahora en este momento. Ore ahora en este momento. 一度入れ for sincere claps. Oops. 皆さん、こんばんは。Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me here. There's so much to reflect upon recently. もう、最近ね、すごいいろいろ振り返ってみることが、もう、だいぶ増えてしまいましたんですね。 先月の1日、2日は初代王先生の80年生のことに対して、ちょっと話したいなと思います。So today, kind of last month was on the 1st and the 2nd of February, the 80th anniversary appreciation memorial service was held for the founding minister of the Tamamizu Church, which is our parent church here in San Diego. And, I kind of want to reflect on that just a little bit. Um, I had a really interesting interaction with when I first came here to San Diego. I didn't think much of coming here. I just thought, okay, I'm here to do goyo. I'm here to help this church. I want to, and it was in. I really want to do my best. And I don't know what kind of influence I would have, but I just wanted to help the people. It was just a desire. 私が3年後に来た時ね、もう、本当にもう人助けっていう心しかなくて、ぜひ、ご用の影をいただきたいという強い、願いがあったんですね。However, um, I think things took a little change for me because I didn't know where to find support. I don't know where, even though it's easy to turn to Reverend Joanne Tolosa or Reverend Roderick Hashimoto. I'm so used to knowing that there is support in Hawaii. こっちに来て、どこでね、サポートをいただけるかと。もちろん簡単にね、サンフランシスコ教会長先生であるトロサ先生とか、バンクーバー教会長先生に、橋本先生に、そこの方に向かうとこできるけれども、やっぱりちょっとね、ハワイも私のほとんどの生活人生はハワイの方に行ったから、やっぱりね、親教会があって、私たち。で、もうすぐ、いつでもどこでも、取り次ぎ、もう簡単に、私はもともとホノルル教会の在籍でした、だったんですけれども、もうすぐパッと、ホノルル教会長先生をお届けすることができたんですね。I was a minister. My association was at the Honolulu church, so it was so easy to receive mediation at the Honolulu church. Um, at any time, either by text or I call or I send a quick email. It was so easy to do. But something felt different coming here. And I think things changed when, granted, I have the title of head minister. Tra la 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 la. I don't really think much about that. I mean, but things took a change when I accepted that title. And that title was given to me by Konko sama of head minister of the San Diego Church. 私はただ、教会長先生という役を受けてるんですけど、私は別名はどうでもいい、もう教会長か、一般の教師とか、とりあえず、そういう役目をいただいてるんですね。で、その時、その役目をいただいたのは今月です。で、やっぱりその時からパッとなんかいろいろが変わっていた。So I received the title of head minister actually in the month of March is when I received that title. So this will be my fourth year here in San Diego as the head minister. But here's what happened. You know, before coming to San Diego in 2018, on December 29th, 2018, before coming here, my spiritual mentor, Reverend Wakio Igawa, told me, Todd, you have to remember your foundations. You have to remember your foundation, or you will never receive okage. At the same time, you must worship the Tamamizu Church as your parent church. If not, you will not receive okage. And that was something that was so ingrained in my mind. And she said, by not doing that, Reverend Yukawa will not be saved. Reverend Yukawa meaning the founding minister of the San Diego Church. 私がね、こっちに来て、私はこの教会長先生という役を受けて、今月になって、もう4年になってるんですけれども、その前に、平成30年の12月29日に、ちょっとサンディエゴに来る前に、師匠である、ウィテアローセル教会の井川紀子先生が、 トッド、トッド先生、元大切にしなさい。元大切にせんとおかげをいただけます。いただけないよって。そして、玉水教会は我が親教会として拝みなさい。そうせんと、先生はおかげをいただけない。湯川先生も、湯川先生っていうのは、あの、サンディエゴ教会の初代なんですが、サンディエゴ教湯川先生もおかげをいただきません。そういう、厳しい見教えでもないけれども、なんかね、もうずーっと私の頭にもあったんですね。So even though her teaching wasn't a strict teaching, it was something that was always in my head. And I think upon when I entered the month of March, things were happening and I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. I really needed some guidance. And I began the process of sending emails to our parent church. あの、私はね、平成31年にね、いろんなことが起こってきて、その師匠のお言葉を思い出すと、少しずつ親教会の方に、玉水親教会の方にお届けを送ったんですね。メールで送ったんです。But I had a hard time. I will be honest. I had a hard time receiving our parent church as our parent. I had a hard time doing what Wakiko Sensei was telling me to do because for the San Diego church, that is our foundation. And I heard there's so many things that were being told about it, said about it, that I really struggled. I truly struggled with this. あの、やっぱりね、私はね、もう心からお届けするのはちょっと難しかったんだよ、あの時代。あの時。なぜなら私はいろんなことを、初代教会長先生とか、上水教会のこととか、いろんなことを耳に入って、もうどうしたらいいかと。もう本当にもうそういうところね、悩んでたんです。So, I'm really grateful because it was Reverend Roderick Hashimoto who said, Todd, I would like for you to repair the relationship between the San Diego church and the Tamimizu church. That's important. You must repair that relationship. バンクーバー教会長先生ね、一時、結構もう長時間けれどもね、サンディエゴ教会の、兼教会長先生だったんですね。だから同時に、バンクーバー教会とサンディエゴ教会の教会長先生の役を、この橋本先生は受けたんですね。もう長年それを受けたんですけどね。橋本先生は、トータ先生ね、ぜひ、あ私は欠けてる願いなんですが、ぜひ、サンディゴ教会と玉水教会の関係を直してほしい。作り直してください。そういうことを、橋本先生が頼まれて、うわこんなこと私ようできひんなと思って、もう、だって、玉水のこと何にもわからんし、別教会ということしか知らないし、何がええかどうかと、もう玉溝の親先生も、あの時ね、1回、2、3回ぐらい会ったことあるけども、それしか、もう会ったことないんですね。it was hard for me to accept that request because I've only met, you know, Masao sensei just a few times before that, maybe 2 or 3 times, and I really didn't know anything about Tamamizu Church except, oh, it's a big church. So I really, really didn't know much. I really didn't know much. So it really bothered me. It truly, truly bothered me. I didn't know how to do that. And then I think it was during the summer. So, and I cannot remember the exact thing, but I became very desperate. Something happened. I became incredibly desperate. And so I sent no, I'm sorry. I remember what it was. I wasn't desperate. I started reading the daily Myoshie of Shodai O Sensei, the daily teachings of Reverend Yasutaka Yukawa. And I thought, wow, these are pretty powerful teachings. These are really powerful. And I started translating them on my own. 私がね、ちょうど夏頃ね、私が、玉水教会初代の先生の見教えキャラがあって、その見教えをね、すごいなと思って、すごいパワフルなことを書いてるんじゃないかなと思って、じゃあ、私は勝手に、これは大事な言葉ですね、勝手に私訳したんです。それで私は後で気がついたの、私はお届けせん 全然お届けしたかった。お届けせんと、お願いせんと、この勝手にこの、見教えを訳すると、あ、良くないことだ。あ、ほんまに愛すまんことだなと思ってたんですね。And I realized for myself, oh my gosh, I screwed up. I've been translating this without the permission of the Tamamizu church and without doing mediation about it. So, or receiving koritsugi about it. So that's when I made an email. Like felt so, that's why I felt so desperate. I wrote an email. I sent it out and I sent it also as a fax. I sent a fax as well to the Tamamizu church about this matter. 私はね、もう心がね、気がついたの、あ、お届けしてないなと気がついた時もう必死で、湯川雅夫親先生の方に、メールのお届けも送ったし、ファックスも送ったんです。そのぐらい必死だったんですね。もう本当にもう申し訳ない気持ちだったんです。そこからね、親先生からのご返事をいただいて、ものすごい丁寧な見教えを、お届けを、ご返事をいただいて、見教えをいただいて、はあ、すごい、初めて、あ、すごい親教会のお支えを初めて感じさせていただきました。So after it took it just a couple of days, I received this really nice message from Reverend Masao Yukawa. And it was really nice and it really warmed my heart and it made me realize, oh, I felt supported and prayed for. It was the first time I kind of felt that way, because I've never believed in this parent before. I've never believed in this parent church kind of deal until my mentor told me that I had to worship the Tamamizu church as my parent church. So, so from that point on, I would regularly send otodoke or mediations or emails of Toriitsugi to Masao sensei on a constant basis. And it takes me a while because I do it all in Japanese. So it's easier if I could just do it in English, but I did everything in Japanese, so it took me a while. そこから、毎月何回も、お届けを、メールで送ったんですね。However, I don't know when it happened, but I started thinking, I don't know anything about Tamamizu Oya Sensei, Shodai Wo Sensei. I don't know who he is. I just know he's some great minister, but I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about the teachings that he gave or how he interpreted Kyoso Sama's Miyoshie. I hope you don't mind. My feet are getting numb, so I'm gonna just change my sitting position. ちょっと皆さん、ちょっと、足がちょっと痺れてるから、ちょっと座り方を変えます。But I realized, oh, I felt like a lost puppy. I felt like such a lost puppy. 私がね、あの、何ヶ月後ね、水初代の先生、見えるかどうかわかりませんけど、こっちの方にが、初代王先生ですね。インスタグラムの方も見えないと思うんです。ちょっと待って、これで見えるかな。ちょっと見えへんけど、こっちの方、インスタグラムの方、こっちの方が、初代王先生。If you're watching on Instagram, the white picture, not this side, but this side is, 初代王先生。And I felt like a lost puppy. 本当にもう迷ってる子犬みたいな、気持ちがあったんですね。なんで私はこんなところに来たかな、もう何にも分かってないよ、親教会は。いや、申し訳ないなと思ってたんですね。だけど、これで、ワイヒャ教会の松岡エンナ先生との話があったんです。So this is where, I had this really interesting conversation with Reverend Edna Matsuoka. And she said to me, Todd, you have to be like the luckiest person in the world because you're just like Kyoso-sama. You are just like Kyoso-sama, where you got adopted into a brand new family. And when you first come into a brand new family, you feel lost. You don't know what to expect. You don't know anything. It's normal. Shouldn't that be normal? You get adopted and you don't know what's going on. And especially since you're older, you don't know what's going on. So it's normal. 松岡先生がね、トワット先生はラッキーじゃない？もう、教祖様のように、もう、口と家に、養子に入ったんです。 で、容姿というのは、その新しい家に入ると何にもわからん。やっぱりもう、迷ってる子犬のような気持ちが湧いてくるのは、当たり前なことじゃない？だけど、そこからね、当の親先生が、当のことを祈ってくださってると思うよ。So she also said that, I really think this is where your parent minister is really praying for you because he knows you're this lost puppy. That really warmed my heart. That really changed my whole attitude. But it wasn't until last year that I kept questioning, I kept wondering, like, well, what does Shodai Osensei think about me? Like, I don't even know this person. I've never trained at the Tamamizu church. I know nothing. And here's this, I'm reading and trying to learn more about this man, that this Reverend Yasutaro Yukawa. What does he think about me? And it's a weird question. It's like asking, what does my dad think about me? What does my mom think? I don't know what my mom thinks about me. I don't know what my dad thinks. That's exactly the feeling I have. そしてもう何ヶ月後も、そこからもう何ヶ月、去年ぐらいね、私はね、多分初代王先生はね、私のことどう思ってるかな。私のことどう思ってるかな。もう私はもう初代王先生、いくらでももういろんなことを読んでても、勉強しようと思ってても、勉強してはるは勉強してはるけれども、まだまだ何にも分かっとらんし、だけどね、もうお父さんお母さんはどう私のことを思ってるかって、そういうような気持ちですね。だから初代教えで私のことをどう思ってるか、親が私のことをどう思ってるかというような気持ちですね。すごいそういう疑問がもう何ヶ月もずっと続いた。先月まで。So that feeling, that doubt continued all the way for such a long time, all the way to last month when they held 初代王先生 service. 先月の1日、2日まで、2日までね、そういう疑問がずっと続いたんですね。そしてね、初代王先生のお祭りのために、こっちからお供え、金額とお供えだけではなく、ちゃんと私はもともとハワイ出身だから、ハワイのものとか、サンディエゴのものとかを、あの、親教会の方に送らせていただきました。So, for the service, for 初代王先生の service, um, I sent offerings, not just monetary offerings, but I wanted to send something that was a part of me. So, because I'm from Hawaii, I sent something from Hawaii as well as something from San Diego to this for the service. It got there really early. Really happy. 私はびっくりしたね。アメリカの郵便局のシステムはもうむちゃくちゃで、もうね、日本に送るものね、もうすっごい時間かかる。Just to send something to Japan always takes literally o either 14 or a little bit over 14 days. だけど今回はね、10日間以内届いたんです。10日間以内、それも今までもずっとね、今までも5代生ごとにお供えも送ってるのに、もういつも14日間、ちょっとの間にもう届くんですけれども、今回は10日間以内にもう届いたんです。I was so shocked because normally I've sent offering every Godaisai, and it always takes like 14 or maybe 15 days to get there. But this was the first time it took under 14 days. So I was less stressed. And then, as I was watching the service, I noticed something on the Kami-sama side. I think they might have changed one or the two offerings on the first and second days. Uh, but on the second day, as the offering, and was watching the offerings on the altar on the Kami-sama side, I was shocked. I said, "Wait, that looks very familiar. What? Huh?" I was shocked because what I saw was the Mauna Loa macadamia nuts I had sent. And I thought, wait, what? And then the day before, it wasn't there. That offering wasn't there, but the day before on the first. But on the first, when I looked at the Mitama-sama side, I was shocked because I said, "Wait, that looks so familiar." And I looked at the offering, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's the Kawaii coffee that I had sent." And I sent a text message to Edna Sensei. I said, "Look, Edna Sensei, this is," and she goes, "Look at this." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, Todd, I see Kawaii coffee right on top. Did you send that?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh my gosh, it's so prominently placed." "Oh my gosh." I go, "Yeah, it's prominently placed." Why? It doesn't have to be prominently placed. And the fact is, if you ever see the Koi coffee bag, it's a very distinct color. So it stands out. So I'm like, and I was so touched. I was so touched. But it wasn't until that second day when I saw the offerings on both sides, it hit me. It hit me. I had asked Masao Sensei to please use all the offerings for the Mitama. But instead, it was separated, one for Kami-sama, one for Mitama. And I realized it took me a while though. It took me a while to realize, but I remember stopping in place and I realized, oh my gosh, Shodai Wo Sensei wanted me to know I keep doubting, have this doubt about what he thinks about me. And to split the offerings between Kami-sama and himself, it just was a huge impact. 申し訳ない、日本語になってません。私はね、第一日の日にですね、あの、検線があって、その検線で、が終わって、私が気がついたの、あら、そのお供えを気がついたことあるって。別に自分がお供えしたものを探そうという、そういうのは一切なかったけれども、あらって。なぜあらっていうのは、そのコーヒーはね、もう本当に独特的ない色です。もう本当に派手な色ですね。だから、あらと思って、まさか本当にもうみんなが見えるように、写真を撮ってエンナ先生の方に送って、エンナ先生が、うわー、あれがまさか可愛いコーヒーちゃうって。おうわー、よかったね。初代王先生どう思ってはるかと分かってるやん。で、次の日、第二日の日に、神様の方にも、そういう私がお供えした、マオナロアマカデミアナッツチョコレートのキャンディがパッと押さえそれも独特的な色ですね。もう本当に派手な色。そこからね、私が気があと何日間後、私が気がついたのはまさか、初代を私が親先生に書いたのは、ぜひ初代王先生の方にお供えしてくださいと。しかし初代王先生はね、私の方にメッセージ伝えるために、それを分けてたんです。神様の方と御霊様の方にもお供えが分けてたんですね。御霊様の働きがすごいじゃないかなと思いますね。I was kind of really surprised because when you think about it, my request was everything was to be placed on the altar for Shodago sensei. But I think Shodago sensei knew of my doubt. And Shodago sensei separated them. I began to realize Shodago sensei is watching me. Shodago sensei is covering my back. Wherever I lack the strength, whatever I lack in technique or style or whatever, Shodago sensei is covering. 私がね、気がついたのは、もうやっぱり私が、私の弱点、もう欠点っていうところはね、初代王先生がちゃんと守ってくださってるし、ちゃんと見てくださってるし、支えてくださってるということを感じさせ今月は日本にはね、お彼岸というシーズンですね、3月っていうのは。で、今日の場合はもう御霊祭りシーズンになってる。This month in Japan is the Ohigan season where they honor the ancestors in Buddhist tradition. And for Konkokyo, it's our Mitama Matsuri season as well. I think tomorrow we will have tomorrow is the first day of the Mitama Matsuri for the San Diego Church, where we call out the names of the deceased. And ooh, there's a lot of names of the deceased I'll be calling out. 明日は、サンディエゴ教会の御霊祭りの霊光祭の前日、御霊の呼び出し祭ですね。で、もう本当にもう、サンディエゴの、私たちが対すしてる御霊様、忘れてる御霊様は結構名前が長いです。たくさんあります。もう、何百柱の御霊様はちょっと覚えがないけれども、やっぱり私にとって今回の御霊祭りはちょっと特別ですね。For me, I think this 御霊祭り will be very special because of what I've learned through 初代王先生。I think I have much more appreciation for 初代王先生。And I want all of you to please, whether it be your own churches or San Diego Church, you know, please, on the day of your Mitama Matsuri, for your spring Mitama Matsuri, please make that effort to do goyo on that day, to do something or to bring something for your ancestors. Just to be able to bring it all the way to church, to show that sense of dedication, to be able to be at church while those names are being read off. Ask your minister, when will you be reading off the names of our ancestors? I would like to be there to hear the names of my ancestors being read off. I think that's so important to show that dedication, to show that appreciation for those who have gone before us. サンディエゴ教会だけではなく、自分の教会からサンディエゴ教は別に構いませんけれども、ぜひね、御霊祭りにお参りしてください。インパーソンで、もう自分の教会にお参りして、そういう御霊祭りを受けてください。そしてね、自分の教会長先生に必ず聞いて、いつ、御霊の呼び出しをしますかとぜひ聞いてください。その時にもお参りしてください。御霊様の名前を聞いて、その名前を聞いて、帰っても構えん。とにかくそのぐらいのお礼の気持ちを持って、今年の、御霊様、春と、秋の御霊様のシーズンを受けてほしいなと思います。That's the kind of heart I would love for you to have. To be able to go when the minister is reading the names off of your ancestors, as well as the day of the Mitama Matsuri. I ask that you please go on both days. Maybe it's one day, maybe you have to go earlier. I don't know. But to have that heart, to do something, take that one extra step in showing appreciation to our ancestors. For me, I think because of what I experienced with Shorai Sensei, this service is going to have so much more impact, so much more meaning for me. 今年ね、初代王先生との、交流ができて、今回の御霊祭りはね、本当に特別だなと思います。So with that, I'm going to end today's sermon right here, but tomorrow is the Yobidashi Sai, and then Sunday we will do the 37th appreciation ceremony for the founding of the San Diego Church, and then we'll have the regular Mitama Grand ceremony. And then that'll be Sunday, and then Saturday we'll have the Tenchi Kanokami Tenchi Kanokami monthly ceremony, and then we'll also have the Yobidashi Sai, or the calling of the names of the Mitama spirits. So please join us for both days. 明日はサンディエゴ教会で天地神の神の月例祭並びに霊光大祭の前日祭御霊の呼び出しを使いさせていただきます。そして日曜日にあさってサンディエゴ教会布教37年御礼祭と並びに霊光大祭を使いさせていただきます。 どうぞどうぞ、オンラインか、インパーソンでお参りしてください。So with that, I welcome all of you to join us Saturday and Sunday for both of the both service days. But what's most important is I want ask all of you to please take care. Ask all of you to please stay safe. And thank you again for joining me for this March 1st appreciation prayer service. Ahui ho malamapono. I don't know who the three of you are, but thank you for joining us. Thank you all on Instagram for joining us as well.